I do tonight. So if you're watching home, Brett, hope things go well and hope those kids don't wear you out. Gonna get a chance this week to talk to Kenneth Bowen, the new principal here at East Columbus High School. Real big into STEM and bringing a new energy to East Columbus that I really want to find out what's going on here. What the buzz is about here at the east end of the county. East Columbus are in their traditional black and orange, whereas West Bladen will be in the white jerseys this evening. Again, about 85-90 tonight here on the campus of East Columbus. Not much wind to speak of, but plenty of humidity for those of you who need some. At this time, we will take a brief time out to honor America with the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Great job by Tamara Brown on tonight's national anthem. Gotta love the voices here at East Columbus. Absolutely beautiful. Makes it sound outstanding. Gorgeous here. Captains meeting at center midfield. Captains for East Columbus are number 8, George Nance. Number 72, Jabri Dixon. And looks like number 30, Jerome Graham. Once again, both of these teams come in at 1 and 2, just now getting into the conference season. This is where the wins become oh so important, and you really need a chance if you're, these schools to start off. You had a little bit of adversity early on in the season, and you really need to pick up that first conference win if you want to make hay this year. Looks like West Bladen won the toss. West Bladen won the toss in the first and the second half. East Columbus will receive the ball. They'll be going from the left to the right, and West Bladen will be going from right to left here in the first half, or first quarter, excuse me. Once again, it's about that time to kick it off on hometown nights under the Friday night lights. And both these teams, evenly matched. Both teams have about even depth. So right now it's going to be won and lost on the field and not by attrition. East Columbus back deep to receive. Looks like number 22, Devontae Marshburn, and number 5, Shareed Phipps. Kicking off for West Bladen will be if we can find it, Kate Allen, number 28 for West Bladen. Both these teams have been feast or famine this year. They're scoring a lot or getting outscored a lot. Important to stay close early if you want to stay in this ball game, because it would be very easy to say, here we go again. You want to keep momentum on your side, so the first quarter is going to be very key this evening. Kickoff deep. Picked off on about the 14. Taking it up the middle. Tackled by a host of Knights. He'll be stopped on about the 31, where East Columbus will take over. 1st and 10. Marshburn picks up about 17 on the return. First and 10, Gators on the 31. Knights look like they're in a traditional 5-3. Number 8, looks like not. Inside handoff, dragging people up the middle. Monster running by Devontae Marshburn, refusing to go down. Picks up maybe 1.5. It'll be 2nd and 8. Marshburn hard running up the middle, refusing to go down. And those plays seem insignificant early in the ball game, but they will wear you down by the time the second half rolls around, and they're not going to want to hit him. Wishbone backfield. And a big penetration by number 14, Ethan Stevens for the Knights. And the Gators went backward. Deep penetration. That ball was almost tackled before it was handed off. George Nance handed the ball off and almost had a Knight take the handoff. 3rd and about 12 for the Gators. 2 sticks, not a lot of plays in the playbook, but East Columbus has to come up with something. Number 46, Jackson Lunsford checking in for the Gators. Knights creeping up, expecting the run. And it looks like we're going to have an offside, and it's going to go from 3rd and 12 to 3rd and 7. Oh, we got a penalty instead. It looks like delay on the Gators. Oh, illegal motion, excuse me. Third and 12 goes to 3rd and 17, and there's just not a lot in the playbook for that. Nance back again in the shotgun. Nance rolls to his left. Short pass to the left flat. Taken down immediately by number 8. Travis Baxley was having none of that. Picks up about 3 or 4, and we'll go to 4th and 13. Gators look to punt. Again, Gators getting some yards, but too much penetration early for the Knights, causing all kinds of havoc. Nance back in the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Going to keep it himself, take it around the corner. Get just around, take it out of bounds. Horse collar tackle, and it'll be an automatic first down for the Gators. Had him short by about 4 or 5 yards, but that horse collar is going to change the field for the Gators. And unfortunately for the Knight coaching staff, they just bailed out East Columbus. Again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back for both teams, and these mental errors are really why both these teams are struggling. Penalties and costly penalties at the time will kill you, especially early in ball games. 9:20 to go here in the first. Gators with a first down, looks like close to or right at midfield. First and 10 Gators. And all that field position is gone for naught. Nance once again in the shotgun. Inside handoff to Marshburn. Marshburn picking up about 2 or 3. Credit that Knight defense hitting hard. Number 2, Elijah McCollum, comes up and lays a hit. This Knight team hits you hard, and they played some good quality competition early in the season. So their record may be a bit deceptive, but they're coming to play. And what could have been a first down heading the opposite direction with the penalty leads now to 2nd and 7 for the Gators on the Knight 47-yard line. Two fullbacks for the Knights, and we got an offside call. It looks like. Again, mental mistakes will kill you, especially early on in ball games. And looks like we're heading. Oh, surprisingly, an illegal procedure call, because I think all of us saw the offside. I don't think any of us saw the illegal procedure. So, surprise, surprise, surprise. East Columbus still keeping it on the ground. Only 1 pass play to this point, and we're 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Once again, close formation for East Columbus. 2 up backs. Hand off to Marshburn to begin. Takes it around the right corner, picking and weaving his way before being rode out of bounds by Wes Bladen. Picks up about 6 or 7, brings us back down to a manageable third down of about 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6. Again, you're in plus territory now, so anything here could be 2-down territory if you want to keep this drive going. 8:31 to go here in the first. No score, but the Gators driving on the opening possession of the game. One way to make sure your opponents don't score is to keep the ball and be methodical. It's not flashy, it's not fancy, but it's effective. 2-3 yards in the cloud, it does. Moves the chains every time, and is an effective way to win. Nance back in the shotgun once again, and we'll go back 5 more yards. And it'll go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 11. And, folks, this is why coaches get gray hair. Mental mistakes when you're trying to play good football will kill you. And East Columbus went from being plus territory with 2 chances to get a first down to now 3rd and 11, back on their own side of the field at the 49. Nance once again in the shotgun. Low snap, corralled by Nance, rolls off to his left. Tipped, and looks like intercepted by the Knights. That's a rough interception off the tip, but somehow he got his hands underneath that. Now we'll get the chance to see the West Bladen offense go in the opposite direction. Again, going from third and manageable to third and 2 sticks, changed the play call, and eventually changed the tenor of that drive. West Bladen to the line. High snap, corralled by the quarterback, all the way off to the right. Picking his way back across the line of scrimmage, and he will take it all the way to about the 25, and that was, let's see, from the 39 to the 25 is 11 and 36 yards. Number 12, Hunter Hester, his first pass of the night is a doozy to number 8, Travis Baxley, and all of a sudden, West Bladen's knocking on the door. Once again, Hester in the shotgun. Low snap. Stopped by the officials. Illegal procedure. We'll go back the other direction. Once again, penalties playing a big factor early as both teams bitten by the yellow flag early on. Number 10, Elijah McCoy checking in for the Knights. Hester back in the shotgun, 1st and 15. Once again, a low snap. Hester drops back to pass. Caught. Number 7, Noah Hall with the reception. And all of a sudden, you're looking at a very manageable second down for the Knights. Nice play call. Kind of a screen pass from 1st and 15 to 2nd and 1. Hester back to pass once again. Middle screen, up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Number 7, Noah Hall, with the, looks like a 17-yard touchdown. Passing game as advertised for the Knights. Hester with a really live arm, and he's not chucking it 40 yards downfield. Very accurate mid-range passes, and the Gators find themselves down early 6-0 with 7:24 to go here in the first. Kick is up, and it is no good. Our score with 7:24 to go here in the first, 6-0 in favor of the Knights. A little messy, but methodical and effective. And the team with the least amount of penalties is now up 6-0. While we got a break in the action, let's give a shout out to the grounds crew here at East Columbus. These fields look absolutely beautiful tonight. Big E there in the middle. You could tell the custodial and the grounds crews and the coaching staffs and the athletic programs here take great pride in the facilities because they absolutely look fantastic. A lot of construction around the Gators complex, but on the campus just looks absolutely outstanding. Let's give a shout out to all those folks who do a great job making our facilities stand out here in Columbus County. Once again, kicking for the Knights is number 28, Cade Allen, a junior. game moving right along. Not a lot of incomplete passes or not a lot of, falter also. Already halfway through the first quarter, and our first points are on the board. Deep kick. Takes him all the way back to about the 3. Coming up the middle. Picks his way through before being taken down at about the 17. Credit the coverage for West Bladen. Sometimes when you kick that long a kick, you outkick your coverage, and it creates some seams for a hole. But West Bladen equal to the task, and the Gators, after a 14-yard run back, take over 1st and 10 for their second drive of the day. Nance back once again to quarterback. Gators doing a lot right on that first drive, but unfortunately penalties and just some bad luck get in their way, and they find themselves on the short side of the scoreboard. Handoff up the middle. Rumbling is number 30, and that is Jerome Graham. Graham, big, stocky young man. He comes through. He's going to bring a load through the middle, and not a lot of people want to try and arm tackle him. Graham picks up 7, be second and 6, to be second and 4. Again, simple but effective bread and butter plays by East Columbus. If they can get away from the penalty bug, they should be in good stead to be competitive in this ball game tonight. Got another flag. Offside against West Bladen. We'll move the chains, and we have a Gator first down. 1st and 10 Gator, ball on about their own 31. Gators, if they stay within themselves, should be able to be competitive in this ball game tonight. Low snap. Once again, Graham off to the right-hand side. Graham not going down. You can't grab jersey against Graham, folks, because Graham's going to take you, him, and the ball down for another couple yards. Once again, Graham's run effective to the tune of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. And this is what we talk about fundamental football, folks. You can't grab jerseys and hope. You have to lay a hat on somebody, and you got to, bring him down and not hope he goes down. Second and 7 once again for the Gators. Time continues to tick here in the first quarter. And we'll come back again. It'll go from 2nd and 7 to 2nd and 12, as you can go in motion, but you can't go forward. Harrelson? Okay, I get a correction. Ashton Harrelson's number 30. Okay, unfortunately, I apologize. I've been told Ashton Harrelson's number 30. We have it here with Max Preps as him as number 44. And off once again, taken in the backfield. Somebody's telling me that's Ashton Harrelson. Is that Harrelson or Graham? I got Graham on mine. Yeah, that's what it says on mine too, but I think one of the parents just told me it was Harrelson. Harrelson was 44. I was 44, but we can call him. But if y'all can check, I'd appreciate it. We're going to try and verify who's who at this point. Around the corner, George Nance keeps it to himself, run out of bounds, getting back to close to the original sticks, and it will be 4th down for the Gators. Again, I mean, if you look at this game turned on, around midfield on the Gators' first possession, going from an opportunity to continue to go in. Penalties take you out of your flow, and once again, this drive looks to be stymied by penalties. Gators now facing a 4th and 14. Vance Corral's low snap, drops back to pass, off the head of his receiver, and incomplete. Pass was there, probably could have got the first down, just had to turn around to try and catch it, hits him in the head, and falls harmlessly incomplete. Knights take over 1st and 10. Knights take over plus territory at about the 27, 28-yard line, looking to go in and take up 2 scores. Once again, the quarterback for West Bladen, number 12, Hunter Hester. Refusing to go down is number 8, I believe. That's Travis Baxley. Baxley takes it from the 27 all the way down close to the goal line, where the Knights will take over 1st and goal with just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 1st and goal and about the 2. The whole playbook open for the Knights. Low snap picked up, taken in by number 20, and he will go into the end zone. Number 20, Messiah Whitted, takes it in for the Knight touchdown, and all of a sudden the Knights are up 12-0 with 3:46 to go here in the first. Talk about creating a lane. Let's give a little credit to those boys up front. Some big hosses there for the Knights, and they went in untouched for the second Knight touchdown. I mean, if you're really looking at it, it really helps when you start in plus territory for, West Bladen, and it opens up a lot of options. Number 28, Cade Allen, the kicker for West Bladen. Kick is up, and it is good. Our score with 3:46 to go here in the first quarter. West Bladen, the Knights, up 13-0 against the host, East Columbus. Let's go ahead and give another shout-out while we got the opportunity. Let's give a shout-out to the great kids at CCCA tonight, some of them doing their very first ball game and, getting real-world opportunities to practice their craft and their CTE. So let's give those kids a shout out tonight. Those kids are Nancy Aycock, Kenneth Campbell, Howard Jacobs, Britton Jacobs, Brianna Parker, and Shaylin Tatum, under the direction of Constance Falk here at CCCA. How you doing, Kevin Thomas? Being joined here, press box by new principal Kenneth Bowen here at East Columbus. Dr. Bowen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, welcome to this area. You're no stranger to this area. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. I actually grew up in Laurinburg, Scotland County, North Carolina. Have worked in Wilmington previously, though, so certainly familiar to the area. Have been down here for a while because I'm actually getting married to a lady from the area.
Outstanding. Now, we'll get the kickoff here quickly by Kate Allen. I hear you're very big into STEM, and I believe if I got the acronym correct, it's ACES, AISES.
Yes, yes. So ACES is the American Indian Society of Engineering, and the bigger component, which focuses on all students, is STEM: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Kickoff taken at about the 10-yard line, brought to about the 12, where East Columbus will take over. And real buzz. I mean, you've had a busy summer. You've kind of bounced around a little bit, found a home here at East Columbus, and I'm hearing a lot of good things about some new initiatives, new ideas coming to East Columbus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're looking at having a great year. One big thing that's happening right now is with Dr. Martin in our computer engineering program, which certainly directly ties back into STEM. He has written some grants, and we're going to get started with gaming and possibly an esports program.
I know a great guy at CCCA who can hook you up with esports because I'm actually the esports coach at CCCA.
Okay, awesome.
I'd be more than glad to help you guys out if you guys want to get involved.
Excellent.
Deep in the backfield, East Columbus going backward, unfortunately, close to their own goal line. East Columbus, a young team, a new coach, and it's hard early, but you're starting to see the building blocks come in for East Columbus.
That's right. That's right. We're growing, and that's an emphasis that we're having both with athletics as well as academics, is the focus on growth and continuous improvement throughout this year and the many years to come.
Absolutely beautiful campus. Got to give a shout out. I did this earlier in the game to your coaching staff, your athletic program, and your groundskeepers and your custodians. The facilities here look absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and we also had some extra help from what's being started up by parents, community members, as well as teachers and administration. The East Columbus Education Foundation, nicknamed Swamp Keepers. We had a group of volunteers come out this morning from Swamp Keepers and was helping us out with.
I've actually saw them on the Facebook. They've done a lot of great things over the last couple weeks, really getting prepared for the start of school.
That's right. They have. We did a big cleanup here at school, and the past two games are actually right here now, tailgating. So they're starting up a tailgating event for those who want to join and come out and help support East Columbus.
A lot of great things coming up at East Columbus. Just getting started.
Yes, sir.
Third and about 2 sticks for East Columbus. Ball is on about the 12-yard line. Nance back in the shotgun. Nance rolls off to his right. Just out of the hands of his receiver, and it'll be 4th down and long for the Gators. Another thing I'm anxious to see is there's a lot of physical changes around you. How is this Gator, where can we grow in East Columbus? Because a lot of people are looking forward to some great things at East Columbus. You brought that energy of what can't we do? You know what I'm saying? So what great is going on at East Columbus that we should pay attention to in the next couple of months?
Okay. Yes, sir. We are taking a focus on potentially adding some programs in the future. Certainly supporting and beefing up the programs that we have in place here at the school, as well as really getting our students hyped up about the athletic programs. We just had a pep rally today. We look forward to having more of those, or an increased amount of those than what was had in previous years, to get our students excited and really emphasize that school spirit, because that's truly important, not only for athletics but also for academics.
Absolutely. Now, while we're waiting on the punt, looks like we're going to go backward for a penalty once again. I can't let you go. I mean, I'm a former administrator myself. I want to go ahead and bring this up because this is so important early in the school year. Attendance. I mean, there's been a real big push, I know, on our campus to, if we can get the kids in the building, talk to us a little bit about how important regular attendance is, and being on time in the morning and being on time to your classes can be to getting a student successful.
It's extremely important, because we are emphasizing with our teachers this year the importance of rigor and bell-to-bell instruction. And if you're not in class for that entire amount of time, that's beneficial instruction that you were missing that impacts the growth that the student can make. So certainly attendance, being present, being on time every day, being active, attentive, that goes a long way.
Changeover on downs. It looks like it will be first and goal once again. Gators struggling this evening. Knights look to go in, maybe go up 19 or 20 here with about 1:43 to go here in the first. Great opportunity to have you in here, welcoming you to the community. As a former administrator on this end of the county, I used to be the principal of Delco, and the people here really care about their school and really care about their kids. And I know it's going to be a good marriage of your energy and the spirit of this community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited and have been welcomed by the community. We have great support, and I know we're going to have an excellent year.
Knights in for the touchdown, go up 20, and it'll be 1:53 to go here in the first. How do you obviously test scores came out this week, some good, some bad for everyone, a little bit to where is your focus going to be this year to start taking East Columbus to the future?
Okay, well, one thing is we've increased the amount of instructional time for each class, and there's going to be a huge focus on growth. The state, in terms of just to break it down in simple format, the state measures growth and proficiency. Growth is the easiest thing to achieve. Unfortunately, East has not made growth since 2017. So that's certainly going to be our emphasis this year is meeting growth or academic growth for our students.
East Columbus back again to receive. Nice big deep kickoff taken on about the 6-yard line. He'll bring it back up the middle once again. Almost out kicks his coverage. Picking his way up the field is, I believe, Nance. All the way back, it's about a 37-yard return to about the 38-yard line. East Columbus plucky, and when they clean up the mental mistakes, have shown the ability to be in this ballgame. This is by no means a 20-0 ball game and going away. East Columbus having their opportunities, just needs to take that next step and clean up those errors, and they'll be right back in this ballgame.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Bowen, I appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Once again, East Columbus with the 1st and 10. I'll take good care of these interviews, man.
Yes,
I just want to give you guys a spotlight.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
I wanted to give you, because I've been following you on LinkedIn with the Aces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Driving and pumping his feet and still refusing to go down. They give him a lot of time for progress before giving him looks like a 2 to 3 yard gain. Once again, that was Kenneth Bowen, the new principal here at East Columbus. Good things happening on the east end of the county. If you get a chance, get involved in the school system. Get to know Dr. Bowen. See what you can do to help, because it takes a village to raise a child, and everybody getting involved is going to be the best thing for all the kids in our area. 2nd and 6 for the Gators, down 20-0. Had a chance to do an earlier interview. I apologize that we haven't paid as much attention to the game. Handoff up the middle. Nice upside cut by number 33, and that is Matthew George. George, another one of those big, strong, powerful up-the-middle running backs. Fullback runs have been very beneficial for the Gators tonight. 3rd and very makeable for the Gators. 3rd about 2.5, 3 yards. Inside handoff once again, picking his way through. Passing the sticks. And the thing about these East Columbus Gators running backs, they all have very strong legs. They're all very much driving their feet, and you cannot tackle above the waist, and you cannot arm tackle these kids, otherwise they won't go down. 1st and 10 for the Gators brings us to the end of the first quarter. Gators down 20. The nice beneficials of great field position have gone ahead 20-0, but this is still a very, very winnable ball game for both teams. Taking a brief time out here at the end of the first. Going to give a good shout out to all the folks who are in charge of, I don't want to say disaster. We didn't have a tough time with the storm as some of us were projecting, but the folks that took care of debris cleanup, the folks that were part of our emergency services personnel. Let's give them a shout out for how they handled Hurricane Idalia last week. I mean, it was inconvenient, but it was handled well by our emergency personnel, our emergency services technicians, and those folks. Let's give those folks a shout out because they did a fantastic job not only preparing us for the storm, but in the cleanup afterwards. Also like to give out a shout out to Kelly Jones, who brought us some new cameras and some new headsets this week. So shout out to Kelly Jones for making sure we have nothing but the best materials and the best equipment to work with. So shout out to Kelly Jones for bringing us some new materials. And I got a brand new shiny headset tonight, folks. I'm excited. Gators 1st and 10, now going from right to left with with the opportunity to put some points on the scoreboard. Ball on about the 48. Inside handoff once again to number 30. Picking his way 4 and 5 yards at the top. Again, not fancy, but effective if you're East Columbus. Limited opportunities for penalties, and if they can stay away from the legal procedures and those kinds of things, they're gaining 4 and 5 yards at a pop, and they'll keep moving the chains. Gain of 6 will make it 2nd and 4. Gators seem to have found something on the right side of that night line and really pounding it up the middle. Juking and jiving around to the left. Stopped by the center of that night line, specifically number 24, Aaron Lewis. No gain on the play. Once again, it'll be 3rd and 4. Looks like 2 down territory for East Columbus. West Bladen looks to crowd the line, almost daring the Gators to pass. A little change in the lineup. Nance looks to set his alignment. Inside handoff once again. Picking and weaving his way. Getting close to 1st down territory. Looks like by the spot he's got it. Gator 1st down, moving the chains. Once again, if the Gators, not the fanciest game plan, but the most efficient game plan will bring them back in this ball game. 3 and 4 yards to the pop, keeping the chains moving, not making penalties that put you in 3rd and 4th and long. When the Gators have manageable downs and distances, they've been highly successful tonight. Bobbles snap, once again handed up the middle. Gators getting a couple yards at a pop, keeping the chains moving, keeping the time moving, keeping that night offense off the field. Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 for the Gators. Ball on about the 36-yard line. Gators trying to go a little more up-tempo. Night linebackers almost take the handoff. Still able to get the handoff and move the pile as East Columbus. Great running by East Columbus. And you got to credit the running back from East Columbus, running hard, moving piles, and makes it a 1st and 10 once again. Gators, manageable downs and distances, continuing to keep the night offense off the field, and they chewed up the first almost 3.5 minutes of the 2nd quarter. Inside handoff once again, picking and weaving his way for a couple. Got a penalty on the play. Matthew George on the carry. Holding the call against the offense. Got an area score. Vikings up 6-0 on St. Paul's, end of the first. Again, Gators driving deep into night territory, pick up the holding call, and now they're person by 17-18. Definite 4-down territory. Picking and weaving his way, picking up most of that penalty yardage is Matthew George. Picks up all the penalty yardage plus 2, makes it 2nd and 8. Bouncing it out to the outside, thrown to the ground for about a 2-yard loss is number 30. Harrelson with the carry, loses about 4, and it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Gators. Again, in plus territory with 2 downs to make 12 yards. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Inside handoff once again. And strong linebacking play by Wes Bladen stops that cold. Wes Bladen says, okay, if you're going to run it up the middle, we're going to stack the line, and you got to prove it to us you can do something else before we're going to give this up. Loss of about another 2 makes it 4th and 14. Gators, once again, going for it on 4th down, have not punted once tonight. Maybe all year, I'm hearing right in the press box. Timeout, Gators. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back on the Columbus County Sports Network. End of the first, West 6, St. Paul nothing. As I get any reports, I'll try to get them to you. End of the first. Okay, folks, we are back on the air. 5:56 to go here in the second quarter. East Columbus facing a 4th and 14. And why this is important is East Columbus has had the ball the entire second quarter. And very hard to score if you're West Bladen, if your offense is not on the field. And doesn't look great in the stat sheet, but it's very effective if you're East Columbus. And if East Columbus can convert here, they've got a good shot at getting back in this ball game. Trips left. And once again, the yellow hanky is out. Having a long conversation. Once again, we have games going on. Offside, the call against West Bladen goes from 4th and 14 to 4th and 9. Not much better, but better if you're East Columbus. Makeable 4th down. And what you need to do now is, even if you don't pick up the first down, pick it up enough positive yardage and make West Bladen go the length of the field for the first time tonight. Once again, trips left for East Columbus. Long, hard count by Nance trying to pull the Knights off. Shotgun snap. Drops back for a pass. Rolls out to the right. Has a lane. May be close. Looks like he's either right on the sticks or just short of him. Nance making it interesting for the Gator faithful. Major logjam over there. Looks like the stick is right on the first down line. Looks like we may get a measurement. First down, Gators the call. Actually, okay, now the official's changed his mind. I think I'm sorry, he's stopped for an injury. He did give him the first down, so it'll be first down Gators. Nance needed about 8, and he picked up about 8 1/4. First down, Gators still going in, controlling the clock. 6.5 minutes gone here in, well, yeah, sorry, 5:50 to go here in the second quarter. Gators have had the ball the entire second quarter. Once again, stopping for an injury timeout. Inside handoff once again. Falling forward, picking up maybe 1.5 is Ashton Harrelson. Doesn't have to be effective, but it keeps West Bladen offense on the bench. And looks like we got a timeout. And again, getting back to this thing of West Bladen has not been stopped on offense yet and has been very effective with the pass, softening up that Gator defense. So ball control may be the way to go. You get A, East Columbus back in the ball game, and B, to potentially win it. East Columbus has made fewer penalties this way, has moved the chains, and has really taken this game and put momentum squarely back towards the Gators. Because here's what's going to happen. West Bladen counterpunching has brought the linebackers up to fill, and they're almost getting, with the penetration and the jump off the line of scrimmage, to these running backs now. And anything East Columbus can do to play action or maybe get a pass in beyond the line of scrimmage is going to go a long, long way. 5:45 to go here in the first half of a fast-moving football game here on a Friday night in Columbus County. Big runs for big people. And he's still chugging and bugging. And I'm going to tell you right, Ashton Harrelson, the locomotive's driving his way toward the goal line. And it looks like we got first and goal for the Gators. Simple but effective, folks. You don't need a lot of fancy formations, a lot of trick plays, and a lot of gadgets. If you run effectively, and run hard, and soften up this defense. Because the other thing this is doing is it's gassing that West Bladen defense. And we got a long way to go on a hot, humid night, and those runs are going to be very effective in softening this night defense up in the third and fourth quarter. Backside handoff. Once again, driving forward for about 6-7 yards. He'll be right at the goal line. 2nd and goal for the Gators, just outside the goal line. Ashton Harrelson becoming a hoss right in front of our eyes. Big, strong runs, and he's raising havoc in the night defense. Gators have found something with those big, strong fullbacks, and they are just gashing 4 and 5 yards at a pop here in the second quarter. Once again, handoff stacked up about maybe a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal on about the 1.5, 2. Big moments if you're East Columbus. You want to get back in this ball game and cut this down to a 2-score game here in the, before you get to halftime. Time ticking down once again. East Columbus having the ball the entire second quarter, and we've chewed up 8 minutes of it. That handoff once again, chugging and thugging and bugging, and he does not get in, but he picks up the yardage back, and it's going to be 4th and goal at the goal line, folks, and it's going back to be a Donnybrook here in the swamp. Timeout called by West Bladen once again. Big moments here in Gator country as the Gators are knocking on the door with 3:23 to go here in the first half. Big play call here. This could turn the tide of the ball game for East Columbus. Got to wonder if maybe East Columbus has gone in the shotgun most of the evening. If they could just get Nance under center and have him dive forward. He's a tall, lanky kid. The option is there for a quarterback. Also, if I'm East Columbus and I know they're stacking the box, I would fake that ball at the middle and put Nance on the quarterback keeper. He's an athletic enough kid to take the ball in the end zone. Then again, I could be outthinking things, and they could dance with the one that brung him and take him to the end zone. 4th down and goal right on the doorstep if you're East Columbus. Gator coaching staff asking for the fans to get involved. Big moments here and big drama here in the swamp. Driving forward, diving forward, pushing the pile. And he is touchdown, East Columbus. And credit to East Columbus coaching staff, knew better than I did. Harrelson brought him there, and he deserved to take it into the end zone, and that he did to make this a 20-6 game, 3:19 to go here in the first half. Cheerleaders getting ready to do push-ups. East Columbus has not yet kicked other than this kickoff that's coming up. Wildcat snap around the corner. Dives around. Taken short of the end zone. No good. Two-point conversion, no good. Our score with 3:19 to go here in the first half. East cuts it down to a two-score game at 20-6. East Columbus with momentum. And the West Bladen Knights will take the field on offense for the first time after this kickoff here in the second quarter. East Columbus, important now not to give up another score after getting momentum back. If they can hold West Bladen here, have an opportunity to go in and maybe cut in a little bit more to this lead as we go into halftime. Kate Allen, the kicker once again for West Bladen. Sickapoo's back to take the kick. You're about to see the first kick of the night by East Columbus. And it's 3:19 to halftime. East Columbus about to toe it up. A little hold-up conversation going on between the West Bladen coaching staff and the White Hat. And here we go. The whistle sounds, the whistle. Onside kick by East Columbus. We got a scrum, and it looks like East Columbus has recovered. East Columbus with a football. Gutsy call with the onside kick. And East Columbus with a 1st and 10 in night territory. 3:15 to go and the opportunity to cut this to a one-score game. First kick of the night for East Columbus. Very effective. And they take over 1st and 10, ball on the 47. Gutsy call by head coach Doug Skipper. And all of a sudden, East Columbus with the opportunity with 3:15 to go till half to get back in this ball game. Little substitution problems for the Gators. Nance trying to get them set before he gets called for a delay of game. Inside handoff once again, stopped for about maybe a half-yard gain. And East Columbus still keeping the night offense off the field. Second and 9 for the Gators. Gator offense has been on the field for every play of this quarter. Knights once again crowding the line. 8 people within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff, they're daring them to throw it. East Columbus picks up about 10, and it's going to be close to a Gator first down. Flag on the play. Holding the call against the offense, and it goes from 3rd and 1 to looks like about 3rd and 19. Again, the yellow hanky, the enemy of East Columbus right now. East Columbus looks to try to, if not score, at least burn enough time to where West Bladen doesn't have an opportunity here in the second quarter. West Bladen right now, 8 in the box, sometimes 9, almost daring East Columbus to pass at this point. Into the shotgun, split backs. Inside handoff once again. Picks up 1, maybe 2. It'll be 4th down for East Columbus. Correction, looks like third down. East Columbus quick to the line. Barking trying to get that hard count to go. Checking over to the sideline for signals. And we have a flag. East Columbus may get a call for the penalty, but at the very least they took a good 6-7 seconds off the clock. Third and Whiteville for East Columbus, heading unfortunately the wrong direction, but taking plenty of time off the clock. 2 downs to milk the clock if they don't get the first down to give West Bladen no opportunity. Seven in the box for West Bladen, and East Columbus now calls timeout. Smart plays because you have 2 plays where you can milk 40 seconds off the clock and force that to go into halftime and not give West Bladen an opportunity. Heads up coaching, milking the clock and using it for all it's worth. Judicious use of the clock by the young head coach for East Columbus, and roughly before the 2 penalties, there was about a minute 17, minute 18. East Columbus has milked it down to 49 seconds to go here with 2 plays to get about 20, 25 yards. Now, West Bladen has already taken, I believe, at least 2 of their timeouts. So the question is, if you're West Bladen, what do you do after this play? Nance back to pass, tries to pull it down, keeps the ball, heads up play, does not want to stop the clock. Except for the clock is stopped by the official for the helmet coming off. That's an automatic stoppage. Heads up. Bad luck for East Columbus as the helmet came off, so the forced automatic stoppage. Clock now starts. If you're East Columbus, do you snap the ball or do you take the intentional delay of game? Completion by Nance. Not enough for the first down, but 28 seconds to go here for West Bladen to maybe get 1-2 plays off. Completed to Nance's completion, not enough for the first down. Might have been better served by milking the clock at that point and not giving them an opportunity. 28 seconds to go here in the first half, and you're about to witness the first offensive play by West Bladen here in the second quarter. Messy, not very fancy, not very pretty, but effective by East Columbus, going from a 20 down in the first quarter to cutting into this lead and possibly going in only down 14. Important if you're East Columbus, not to give up big plays right now. Once again, back to pass. It's Hester. Ball to the outside. Still moving, still taking time off the clock is West Bladen. He is down, inbounds. The clock keeps running with West Bladen looking to take their final timeout. It's 14 seconds to go. Not a lot of opportunities. Hester has shown the arm to heave it downfield, but if he's caught anywhere short of the goal line, it's going to be awful hard to get up and get another play without timeouts. .14 seconds to go. Not a lot of options, but an opportunity for maybe a lucky tip, a lucky whatever. Got to be smart here, but if you're West Bladen, just play heads up football and you've got the opportunity. West Bladen going three trips right. East Columbus in a prevent formation finally gets the right alignment with the defenders. Hester looks back to do the chuck and duck, with 14 seconds to go here in the half. Fumble snap. Hester takes a step forward, cheeves it deep, and it is intercepted by the Gators. Intercepted by number 3, C.J. Waddell, coming up big for the Gators. And the Gators sideline is up. Gators, dodge a bullet and get out of this at halftime. 7 seconds to go right now. Down only by 2 touchdowns with the opportunity to get right back in this ball game here in the second half. Okay. Knights had one play on offense in the entire second quarter, and it was a 30-yard interception. East Columbus probably looking to down the football. But hard to do in a, there we go. That will be the end of the first half. I do have one other first half score for you. 4:22 left in the half. South is up 34-0 on Union. That's the end of the first half. We'll be back shortly for a second half action on the Columbus County Game of the Week. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back just 30 seconds to go here in halftime. The issue still in doubt. East Columbus saw their opportunities in the second quarter, converted once for a touchdown, and they're only down 14 to start the third quarter. Important if you're East Columbus to go ahead and start the third quarter with a stop and make this a one-score ball game and really tighten the screws a little bit on this West Bladen Knight team who jumped out to a big lead but has really been gassed and gashed here in the second quarter, running only one offensive play. That's being the stat of the evening. Is West Bladen, one offensive play in the second quarter, got their lead shortened, and I think East Columbus has found the formula for success against these Knights and needs to continue that in the second half. Make some adjustments on defense, and if they can keep the Knights out of the end zone here in the second half, they have a good shot to win this ball game. Gators now taking the field. They will kick off to start the second half. Area scores, we just got an update on that St. Paul's West Columbus score. West Columbus down 8-6. The St. Paul's team scored and had a 2-point conversion with about 1:20 to go in the first half, taking an 8-6 lead. Very low-scoring ball game out there at St. Paul's this evening. Last we heard, Whiteville down 20-0 to Clinton late second quarter. And South Columbus all over Union 41-0 at halftime. So that's your area update, courtesy of Columbus County Sports Network. Sickapous to kick off once again for the Gators. That's Levi Sickapous, the 5'4", 145-pound senior. As we tow it up here for second half action here on the Columbus County Game of the Week. Once again, another onside kick. Does not go 10 yards, but it is down by West Bladen. Ironically, no penalty flags on a 7-yard kick covered by West Bladen. They will take over at the spot, and it'll be 1st and 10 Knights on the 49 of East Columbus. Once again, important drive for East Columbus to not give up points and really set this table up for them to get back in the game by using that ball control offense that was so effective in the second quarter. Hester once again back at quarterback for the Knights. He will start from the shotgun. Haven't seen a snap under center from both teams all evening. I think everybody just realized that kick didn't go 10 yards, so I think that's what the discussion is there at midfield. Somewhere you can hear the haunting Jeopardy theme as these gentlemen continue to discuss. Covered by a Knight, so the question is that a penalty? And the answer seems to be no. Spot of the foul, or spot of the kick at this point. Hester from the shotgun. Back to the corner. Hitch pass. Gets around the first line of defense. Takes it up the sideline. Picks up about 20. First tackle miss. Gave him a seam up the sideline. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Once again, East Columbus not having a whole lot of answers for the Knight passing attack. East Columbus playing inside out on the corner, and once you get past that linebacker, that defensive end, it's a long haul to catch up to the play. 1st and 10 Knights, ball on about the 33. Inside handoff once again. Stacked right at the line of scrimmage by that defensive line for the Gators. Great play by the interior defensive line, D tackles and inside linebacker, stops them for No gain, maybe a yard. And it'll be second and 9.5, almost 10. Second and they give them one, so it looks like second and 9 for the Knights. Knight offense has not had the ball a whole lot, has done a lot with it, and they right now lead by 14. Trips to the right for the Knights. Backside motion. Counter handoff, taken around the corner. Stacked up after a gain of 2 or 3, and it'll be third down on about the 28-29 yard line. Third and about 6 for the Knights. Big plays here, third and fourth down for the Gators. If they can get a stop here, they can crawl back into one score and really tighten this down on West Bladen. Again, it looks like 2 down territory for the Knights. Looks like a pro set. 4 across for the Knights. Low snap corralled by Hester. Deep fade pass, and it is slid underneath and scored for the touchdown. 33-yard touchdown, and for all the world, it looked like the Say Hey Kid, William Mace, slide underneath that, and it just dropped into his breadbasket for the touchdown, and all of a sudden, the Knights are up 26-6. 9:51 to go here in the third quarter. Knights look to kick the extra point. Flag on the field after the play. Looks like a dead ball foul. Sensing a bit of frustration. Dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct against the offense, and against, actually looks like offsetting unsportsmanlike, and we'll just go ahead and kick the extra point. Again, frustration. I mean, these kids are playing hard. Unfortunately, both coaches are going to get gray hairs because those are the kind of mistakes that takes you out of opportunities, and you really need to be careful in a game like this that is still very winnable on both sides. Again, substitution issues. You think you'd have this stuff ironed out by this point in the season. Late substitution by the Knights, perilously close to a delay of game. Officials holding everything up at this point. Lucky enough, if you're West Bladen, you had the opportunity to make that substitution while the official had it as a dead ball. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score with 9:51 to go here in the third quarter. West Bladen up 27-6. And if you're East Columbus, maybe a missed opportunity, but if you can hold on to the ball now and be very judicious with what you are doing, you can come back in this ball game. It is a 21-point game, but very doable if you're East Columbus. Let's give a quick shout out to, let's see, who can we give a shout out to this time? Let's give a shout out to all the coaches and athletic directors and the great folks in Columbus County Schools who are feeding us our scores tonight. Some folks over at South Columbus and Whiteville and at the St. Paul's game been very gracious enough to send us scores and kind of let us know what's going on around the area tonight. There's some great football being played at all 4 county schools. Whiteville City Schools and Columbus County putting some good teams on the field, some competitive teams, and seems to be a pretty good night. Marshburn and Phillips back again for the Gators, now going from right to left. And once again, Kate Allen will tow it up for the Knights. Allen with a live leg has put most kickoffs around the 10 to 20-yard line. Long kickoff taken on about the 8. He's going to take it right back up the middle. Jukes around to the right-hand side, taken down at about the 26 where the Gators will take over 1st and 10. Once again, if you're East Columbus, you go back to what brought you to the dance. They control the ball for that most of that third quarter. So if they can, most of that second quarter. So if they can just take the ball, methodically move down the field, and make most of their opportunities on defense, they can get back in this ballgame. It's still very doable. This is not a runaway. First couple of games we've had this year have been 40, 50-point ball games. This is not that. Gators, with the right mix of opportunities, luck, and skill, can very much be in this ball game at the end. Flag against the Knights, and looks to be a 15-yard penalty, and we're going down a ways. We've gone from the 26 to the 41, so that's got to be a personal foul of some sort. 1st and 10 Gators on the 41. I don't think anybody saw that flag. It was from about 40, 50 yards away. Once again, linebackers creeping up for West Bladen. Inside handoff, takes it off to the right-hand side, picks up 2 or 3. East Columbus going back to the dance with the same partner, getting the same result. Picks up 3, 3.5. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Gators. Gator ball on their own 45, looking to cut this to a 2-score game once again. Time ticking down here in the second, 9:15 to go. Simple but effective. Again, you can out formation, you can out gadget somebody, but when your bread and butter is effective, you don't go away from it. Once again, West Bladen stunning at the line, getting around the corner, and there's nobody there. Picks up about 5 or 6, and he'll be just short. And it'll be 3rd and about maybe 2, 2.5 for the first down on the midfield stripe. Looks like East Columbus probably, not going to punt tonight, so they've got 2 opportunities to get 2 yards. Again, we talked about this a lot in the first half. The West Bladen defense has been on the field a lot tonight. You got to wonder on a hot, humid night how their legs are and if they might cramp up here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, because conditioning will be a factor as we get deeper into this ball game. Nance once again in the shotgun to split backs. Inside handoff once again. Driving the pile. He's got the first down. He's still moving. He's got the ball all the way down to the 42. 7-8 yard gain for the Gators. Ashton Harrelson just putting the team on his shoulders tonight, making hard, dirty yards, but they're effective and they count. 1st and 10 Gators, ball on the Knight 42. And once again, East Columbus controlling the clock after that West Bladen score. And if I'm West Bladen right now, I'm looking to shoot the gap wherever Harrelson is. Fumble snap once again covered by the Knights. Knight football 1st and 10. Another good opportunity by East Columbus goes for naught as unfortunate errors just keep East Columbus scratching their head. West Bladen takes over 1st and 10 on their own 44. First and 10, 8:01 to go here in the third. West Bladen with the ball. East Columbus looking to find answers on defense. Low snap. Quick hitch pass taken. Gets around the first line of defense. And he looks to be off to the races. From the 44 to the 20, that's a 26-yard gain. And once again, those hitch passes giving East Columbus fits. East Columbus playing inside out on the corners, and once you get past the outside linebacker, there's nothing but green in front of the Knight receiver. First and 10, Knights, ball on the 21. Passing attack, really giving East Columbus fits tonight, and East Columbus has it diagnosed to have outside linebackers at the point of attack on those hitch passes, but if it gets past the first line of defense, there's not a lot behind it. Once again, Hester back to pass into the middle, rocked at the goal line, but he did complete the pass, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Knights. Unfortunately, Hester read his receiver right into that hit, but credit that young man for holding on to that football. 1st and goal, Knights, ball on about the 5. First and goal from the 5 for the Knights, up by 21, 27-6. Deep fade pass just out of the end zone. It came down with one out of bounds, and unfortunately, that means it does not count. Still 27-6, second and goal from the 5. 6:42 to go here in the third quarter. Diverging points of view. West Bladen doing it through the air tonight, and East Columbus doing it on the ground. So confusion. Inside pass at the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown. Hester doing it with his arm tonight, just dropping it wherever he wants it, showing good control for the young man. He is a sophomore quarterback. Look to have a lot of good things for him in the future. And we got another flag. It looks like another dead ball call here on the goal line. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against East Columbus, the call. Unfortunately, I think that's a frustration penalty, and and those kind of things as you're growing will happen, and important not to put yourself in those situations if you want to be successful down the line if you're East Columbus, and probably a growing opportunity for that East Columbus defense. 33-6 our score. West Bladen up by 27, 6:38 to go here in the third. Not much yardage gained for this extra point, but Kate Allen with the extra point kick attempt for West Bladen. I think the officials are talking to all these young gentlemen right now, trying to tell them, fellas, let's just keep our cool. We got a quarter and a half to play. Let's, just play ball, and we'll get back on the bus, and just need to tighten up a little bit and get yourself under control. Preventative officiating by these officials trying to calm these young men down. Okay to be competitive, not okay to lose your composure. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score was 6:38 to go here in the third quarter. West Bladen up 34-6. Well, this opportunity, we'd like to thank the great folks at CCCA, once again covering tonight's ball game, getting these kids a real chance to get involved with real-world experiences in our broadcasting program. And they got some great programs out there. So if you get a chance, come to see their metals program, their masonry program. Broadcasting has always been a draw for CCCA, and the culinary program that does outstanding work all across the county. Let's give a shout out to those folks. Also give a shout out to the great folks who allow us to come in. So Brunswick County Schools Board of Education, give them a shout out, and the central office staff for allowing us to come out into your homes each and every Friday night. Do a great job giving us, giving kids opportunities to showcase what they do, both on the athletic field and in the performance halls for our concerts. Getting the opportunities for these kids to get a well-rounded education. Let's give a shout out to Columbus County Schools central office staff. Line drive kick for the first time. They've taken on about the 20. Reversing his field, going to take it up the middle. Taken down on about the 27-yard line where the Gators will take over 1st and 10. First time this season we have not had a running clock to this point in the year. Our first ball game of the year was a 59-0 game. Our second game was a 52-0 game, and we didn't broadcast last week. So nice not to have a running clock. So let's give a shout out to the clock operators and the announcers doing a great job here in the press box. First and 10 Gators as the White Hats having a discussion with the head coach for East Columbus. Gators finally take the field on offense. Nance in the backfield by himself for the first time tonight. Pass out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10. Pass intended for C.J. Waddell falls incomplete. Just forward, and once again, it'll be 2nd and 10. East Columbus, again, has had our opportunities tonight. And I think if right now, even though you're on the short side of a 28-point lead, I think if you're East Columbus, what you need to look at is these are correctable errors and things that, if they're cleaned up, can lead you to be successful. You've had success tonight. And we got a lot of laundry on the field. Illegal shift, 2 men in motion at the same time against East Columbus. Again, they're not being beaten by a more talented bunch tonight. Unfortunately, they're beating themselves, and these are correctable things that if they're able to polish them during the week can lead to success later on in the season if you're East Columbus. Inside handoff once again around the right-hand side. Just tackled by the shoestrings, gets back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd and 10. Actually, doesn't even give them that much. It'll be about 3rd and 13. I tried to give him some progress that apparently he didn't get. Ball just a hair onto the side of the 34. 3rd and 13 for the Gators. Quads for East Columbus. Inside out play by the Gators. Looked like an extra hit there out of bounds, not called by the official. Waddell gets close to first down territory to where it's going to be 4th and about 2 for the Gators. Important play if you're East Columbus. That's not often you see a quad formation in high school, 4 receivers to one side, but very effective if you're East Columbus. What it also opens, though, is the backside. If you have the entire secondary on the right-hand side of the field, Nance, with the legs on a naked bootleg, can go a long, long way. Back to a more traditional split back formation for the Gators. 4th and 2. Quarterback sneak, first time we've seen that tonight. Just to the sticks, and it'll be close for East Columbus. Nance with just enough picks up the first down for the Gators. Big, big conversion for the Gators. First and 10, Gators ball on their own 48, looking to cut this to a 2-score game. 5:15 to go here in the third. Eight in the box once again. Linebacker stunning. Inside handoff. Picking up 1 or 2 once again. What's impressive what's impressive for East Columbus is 8, 9 in the box sometimes, and East Columbus still getting positive yardage out of those fullback draws, and getting continuing to keep the chains moving. If there's 9 in the box and you're still able to run the ball, that is a really impressive showing, not only for the East Columbus running backs, but for that East Columbus offensive line against such, being outnumbered and still being able to move the pile. So let's give a shout out to those boys up front. They're doing a fantastic job for East Columbus. Inside handoff once again, diagnosed by a stunning linebacker for West Bladen. Sorry, guys, but I've done a couple of West Columbus games, and it just falls off to the tongue. 3rd and 11 for East Columbus. Time ticking once again, 3:50 to go here in the third. Pistol moving the ball over to the hash. Shotgun snap, roll to the right. Drives the pass, teardrop pass is over. Close to the first down territory. He will pick up first down yards, and he looks to go off to the races. Taken all the way down to about the 5. Fantastic 42-yard pass for the Gators. Gators knocking on the door of touchdown town, and almost knocked the door straight in. 1st and goal, Gators on about the 5. Fantastic play. Just dropped the ball over the defense, and he had nothing but green. The danger of putting that many in the box is, once you get past that, if you got 8 in the box, once you get past that first 8, there's a long way to go before you get to somebody. Inside handoff once again. Drop for about a half-yard loss. Matthew George with the carry. Hard at this end of the field with stunning linebackers to get that inside handoff. Might be worth faking it here, but again, I outsmarted myself in the first half, so I'm not going to suggest what they might call. 2nd and goal, Gators, the ball on about the 8. Time ticking down once again. We are just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Timeout called. This is an official timeout. Not sure what the reason. I think might be an injury timeout. Second and goal from about the 8 for the Gators. Low snap. Rolls to his right. Drops it just catches it in heavy traffic. Ball to the 2, where it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. Somehow got it around the defender. Waddell catching it in traffic. Great play by the young man. He's made some really big catches this evening. 3rd and goal, 2 shots from the 2 for the Gators. Looks like this flag will go against the Knights, I believe, for an offside. And you are looking at 3rd and goal from now the 1-yard line. 2 opportunities to gain 12 inches, and the Gators will hit pay dirt. Doesn't have to get far, just has to get there. Inside handoff once again, up into the end zone. Gator touchdown. Matthew George with the Gator touchdown makes it 34-12. Comes up a big gimpy, but he'll take that and take the 6 that goes along with it. Gators, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they'll probably go for 2. I'm going to put all my chips in and go all in on that one. Gator offense diversifying a little bit here in the second quarter. Into the end zone, gets the 2-point conversion. Our score now, West Bladen 34, East Columbus 14. And we have about 1:20 to go here in the third. Gators need to find some answers on defense and find them quick, but they have shown the ability to stay in this ball game. And again, if not, they're not being out executed, they're not being out played. They can clean up some of the looser elements. They can play with a lot of teams in this conference. They've got the athletes. The question is, can they just get out of their own way? West Bladen is doing it through the air tonight. Quarterback Hester has thrown for quite a few yards. East Columbus, the last 2 kickoffs for them have been onside kicks. 1 recovered, 1 not. And still looking for that soft spot up the middle. West Bladen finally brings somebody up closer to the middle. And there's still that little bubble off to just the left side of the E if you're looking at it here on our screen. Once again, touch before it went 10 yards. The question is, does East Columbus recover, and do we call the illegal touch? The flag is on the field, so it's an illegal touch, and it will be West Bladen football. The ball was touched by the Gator on about the 48, 49-yard line on his foot, and it will be West Bladen football after the penalty. Very effective, and East Columbus with a recovery, but the ball did not go 10 yards. That's correct, an illegal touch against the kicking team, and it will be West Bladen football. I called it from up here. Once again, East Columbus catches a break and then loses a break because the ball does not go 10 yards. So, we're going to do it again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And I think everybody in this field knows the ball is not going deep at this point. And if I were East Columbus at this point, I would pooch kick this thing between about the 40-yard line where there is absolutely nobody. You've got 9 people right there by the line. I would pooch kick this one over and try and steal one off to the left-hand side. Because not only that, but you've got the 2 defensive backs that are in the center of the field, so the corners on both sides are there. And it's exactly what East Columbus does. The ball continues to roll. Picked up on about the 30-yard line, and we're going to do this again because we've got another penalty. So maybe, just maybe, third time might be the charm because it looks like we're going to go back again. I'm guessing we're probably going to have an offside against. Hard to be an offside on a kick return, but West Bladen gets called for one. Kicker for East Columbus getting a workout. He's about to try to toe this for the third time. And if I'm East Columbus, I do the same thing, although I kick to the corners, and I kick it just a little bit softer. Once again, an onside kick. It's up and in the air, and it looks like the third time, and we got a flag. Looks like it's going to be a dead ball call. But let's find out who got the ball first. Don't have a clear indication of who's got the ball. But we also have a flag, so hold everything, folks. Unsportsmanlike conduct against West Bladen, the call. 15-yard penalty, and it will be East Columbus football plus the 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Once again, East Columbus ball, 1st and 10. They get not only do they get the recovery, but they also get the unsportsmanlike personal foul. You're going to put it deep into Knight territory. East Columbus with an opportunity here with a minute 15 to go in the third to make this a 2-score ball game. 1st and 10 Gators, ball in the 34. Gators with the opportunities. The question is, will they have enough possessions to get back in this ball game? Inside handoff. And once again, stunning linebackers. West Bladen daring you to pass the football at this point. And, I mean, they know where Harrison's going to be at this point, and they're going to say, let somebody else beat us. They're going to try and key on him the rest of the ball game. 58 seconds to go here in the third, 34-14 our score. East Columbus trying to get this back to a 34-21. Question is, will they have enough possessions at this point to complete the comeback? Change of the formation by Nance. Split backs, one receiver to the left. Side handoff once again. Picking his way for maybe a yard and a half. And it'll be third down for the Gators. Ball on about the 36, 37-yard line. That looks to be the final play of the third quarter. And we are about to get to crunch time here in the swamp. That's the end of the third. 3 in the books. Our score 34-14. Gators on the march with a 3rd and 12 on the 36. And looking at 2 plays if you're the Gator coaching staff at this point, and the only thing you can't afford now is the penalty. You can't afford to get behind the sticks and try to get this. You need a manageable 4th down if you don't make it here. Okay, let's give a shout out to all our teachers this week. Once again, test scores came out from last year. All the kids and our teachers were working on it. So let's give a shout out to all our Columbus County Schools teachers and students for all the effort they put into last year's testing. Proud of the schools that did well, and a lot of effort and growth. Got a chance to talk to Kenneth Bowen, the new principal at East Columbus, during the second quarter, and we talked about how there's a lot of opportunity for growth at all our county schools. And the emphasis is not only on proficiency, but growth this year in all Columbus County schools. Change of sides. East Columbus now going from left to right. West Bladen will be going from right to left. 2 big downs for East Columbus to pick up about 12 yards and pick up a 1st down. Key moments here early in the 4th quarter. Reverse by East Columbus. Picks his way through. Kicks up and gets close to 1st down territory. It depends on the spot. Ashton Harrelson putting the team on his back tonight. And he will be close to 1st down yardage. And it will be 4th and inches for the Gators. Big moments, big drama here in the 4th quarter. Yeah. Might be a heads-up play to take Harrelson off the field because now who are you going to key on? Inside handoff, picks up the big yard. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. Ball on about the 23-yard line. Gators with a big pickup here early in the 4th, down by 20. The opportunity to cut this to a 2-score ball game. 1st and 10 Gators, ball on about the 22. Important if you're East Columbus to not only get the score, but not take a long time doing it because you don't know how many possessions you're going to get here in the end of the ball game. East Columbus back to the bread and butter, picking his way through. Picks up about 4 or 5. And once again, these are key carries because this West Bladen defense is gassed and gashed here in the 4th quarter because they've been on the field a long time. Officials timeout. And we restart it here with 2nd and about 5.5. Just under 10.5 to go here in the 4th. Big moments if you're a Gator fan to potentially get yourself back in this ball game. Flag before the start of the play. Procedure called against the Gators, and what was 2nd and 6 now becomes 2nd and 11. Again, frustrating if you're a Gator fan, Gator coach, Gator athlete, but correctable things that, if shorn up, can pave the way for future success here in the swamp. Second and 11 for the Gators, ball on the 22-23-yard line. Inside handoff once again. Hard yards up the middle. Gets about 2 or 3, will make it 3rd and about 8 or 9. Matthew George on the carry. gets the ball up to about the 20-yard line. Gators needing to get the ball to the 12 for a first down. Again, 4-down territory for the Gators, but the enemy not only is West Bladen if you're East Columbus now, it's the clock. And another flag thrown. Looks like we got an illegal substitution. Too many men on the field for East Columbus. So an already difficult task for East Columbus takes it from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 13. Again, not needing it all as East Columbus at this point, but the clock already becoming an enemy for the Gators. 8:55 to go. East Columbus needing 3 scores to tie this ball game up. Change in formation for the Gators. And another flag for illegal procedure. Again, mental mistakes are a bugaboo, and I mean, coaching staff, rightfully indignant if you're East Columbus, imploring their young men to be mentally strong and just sit still so they can get the playoff. 3rd and Whiteville for the Gators. Roll to the right by Nance. Looks to throw, pulls it down. Throws it. Just caught inside. And, tough play on the sidelines. Fighting for every yard he can get. Waddell making a lot of catches in traffic tonight. Nance to Waddell has been effective when they've been able to hook up, but only a pickup of 4, and it'll be 4th and 14. Officials timeout for an injury. Let's give a shout out to our athletic trainers who are doing a great job this year. Our first responders and our athletic training staff doing a great job keeping our athletes healthy and safe here in Columbus County. Credit these athletic programs doing their best to keep our young men not only safe but healthy here playing a great contact sport of football. Had a chance to watch the first NFL game last night. Had a rooting interest in that game. My wife's cousin is married to one of the coaches on the Detroit Lions, so we kind of enjoyed that Detroit win, even though we also enjoy watching Kansas City. Big Cowboys fan will be playing this Sunday. I know I'll probably get a lot of comments about that. But Carolina also playing this weekend. I believe they got the 1 o'clock game. But finally getting to meaningful football here in the month of September as non-conference games are over in high school and college now getting the full swing of things. And the pro game starting this weekend. A lot of good football playing. And watching the young man get up and watching them treat him looked like a cramp, and hard to believe that these young men from West Columbus are in such good shape. That's the first real cramp I've seen, and that defense has been on the field a long, long time tonight. Big play for the Gators, 4th and 14. If you don't get it here, you have at least got to push them as far deep as you can get and take it. You're going to have to take some chances here if you want, on defense, if you want to get back into this ball game. Fourth and 14. Rolls off to the left. He looks like he might have it close to the sticks, and it'll depend on where the spot is at this point. Nance takes it to the sticks. And him, the defender, and the stick all met there at once, and it's a question of the spot right now, and we'll find out where we're at. just short of the sticks, and it looks to be a turnover on downs, and the ball will go over to West Bladen. Ball is on about the 14, 15-yard line. East Columbus coaching staff indignant about the spot, but unfortunately I don't think they're going to get them to change their mind. Important now if you're East Columbus, you're going to have to take a few chances, but you're going to have to get some penetration and stop that West Bladen passing attack. First and 10 Knights. Important now, 8:07 left in the game for the Knights to maybe take the air out of the ball, and a slow, methodical drive will maybe end this ball game or maybe leave East Columbus with one possession. And you really don't have to put the ball in the air at this point if you're West Bladen. Long conversation at this point. Does anybody have an idea what's going on? Because I sure don't. White Hat going over to talk to the officials. Seems to be a conversation on the West Bladen sideline. I'm not sure if it's the spot or what's going on. If we can get our cameras to pan to the left so I can see what's going on the sideline. Pan to the left. Okay, I think we have some answer at this point. Hester back to pass once again. He's at a ton. Playing center field just out of the fingertips of the receiver, number 7. And I'll tell you, if he catches that one, it's, Katie bar the door, ball game over. A big chance by West Bladen stopping the clock potentially when they're up by 20. West Bladen looking to hit the knockout blow, just misses, and East Columbus lives to fight another day. Second and 10 for the Knights. High snap. He's going to pass once again, pulls the ball down. He's going to tackled in the backfield, maybe for a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9, but the clock keeps moving. And once again, the clock right now is the enemy of the East Columbus Gators. That is the danger of that first down pass, stopping the clock. You want the clock just to continue rolling if you're a Knight fan, and you want it to hit 000 sooner rather than later. 3rd and 9 for the Knights. Ball on the, looks like about the 15-yard line. Looks like we're going to go trips left for the Knights. Knights look to pass once again. Just about to get swallowed up, and we've got a foul called. And we got a procedure call going against the Knights. They'll take the ball back to the 10, where it'll be 3rd and 14. Third and 14 for the Knights. Unfortunately, once again, stopping the clock. And if you're West Bladen, is totally not what you want to do. Nice to pass once again. Looks like he's hit as he throws, and it'll fall incomplete. And once again, stopping the clock. Kind of curious about the play calling if I'm West Bladen right now. You would figure the run would be the more effective play. Fourth and 14 for the Knights. Once again, deep in their own territory. Knights look to punt for probably the first time this evening. Low snap. Kick is up. Peter called. Everybody get away if you're East Columbus. Ball taken on the and downed on the Knight 38-yard line. East Columbus with the ball. But the question is, do they have enough possessions to get themselves back in this ball game? I mean, I don't like to question, coaches because obviously I'm sitting up here in the booth for a reason, but interesting play calling by the Knights staff, passing the ball 2 and 3 times, up by 20 with 6-7 minutes to go in the ball game. First and 10 Gators, ball on the 38. Fumble on the handoff, unfortunately goes against the Gators, and it'll be second and about 11, maybe 12. 6:52 to go in the ball game, and precious opportunity slipping away if you're East Columbus. Officially, we'll call it 2nd and 13, ball on the 41. Inside handoff by East Columbus once again. Now, these 2 and 3 yard carries are still effective, but unfortunately, you're going to need a little bit more if you're East Columbus, and you need it soon. Third and about 11 for the Gators. Time ticking down to just over 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Inside handoff once again, picking his way through the defense. It'll make it a manageable 4th and 5. However, we do have more laundry on the field. We set a new conference record, I think, for penalty flags tonight. Shot block called against the offense, and we will be making, instead of 4th and 5, we're going back to about 3rd or 4th and about 14, 15. The rule is once he's engaged, you can't go for a man's knees. Unfortunately, that, I believe, was a call against the interior line of East Columbus. We are just about the center of the E, and the ball will be taken to about the 47 of East Columbus. And you're going to need to get out on 74-76 and head toward Whiteville if you want to get a first down if you're East Columbus. Change of formation. Motion man all the way back across, lined up now on the left side of the formation. Nance drops back to pass, chased by a linebacker. Taken out of bounds off the reception. Still a ways to go if you're East Columbus. You need to get all the way to the 31 for a first down. Waddell picks up some yardage, but you are still about 25 yards from a first down. 4th and 25 for the Gators. 5:46 to go here in the ball game. Fired up sideline, still coaching as hard as they can go. Credit Nance, directing his troops. Nance back to pass. He's a deep downfield, just out of the reach of his receiver and intercepted by the Knights. Coming back the other direction. And he will get down all the way back in Gator territory at about the 18-yard line. Just not enough air underneath that. Picked off underneath by the secondary from West Bladen. And unfortunately, that might just shut the door on an East Columbus comeback this evening. $5:29 to go. And interesting to see if West Bladen will put the ball back in the air at this point, as they did in their last drive. Again, 5.5 to go. Conventional logic says keep the ball on the ground and run this clock out. Again, stoppage in play. Loss of 2 yards. Once again, though, the clock still continues to move. Backside roll, passes the ball, gets the first down, and taken down. Gutsy call. Not so sure if it's the most efficient call, but a gutsy call by the West Bladen coaching staff, and it looks to pick up first down and make it either first and goal. Yeah, they will give it first and goal. First and goal right at the 10-yard line. Once again, pass just short of the goal line. And he does give him the touchdown, though, and it will be a 40-14 score. I guess 6-5 and pick him, but the official on the far side gave him the touchdown. Once again, he's West Bladen on the field to kick the extra point, up 40-14 with 3:47 to go. And surprise, 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 there's laundry on the field. Looking at another penalty, looks like we might kick this thing again. East Columbus defense coming off the field, not realizing we're probably going to have to kick this thing again. Offside against the defense. Extra point is good, and it'll make it a 41-14 score. Sorry, 40. Okay, It's either 41 or 42. God bless you guys. Okay, we'll call. Looks like we're going to redo this. So that score is 40-14 still. Penalty was offside against the defense. The extra point was not good, so we will re-kick. Kick is up just over the crossbar, and it is good. Our score now with just under 4 minutes, 41-14 in favor of the Knights. Again, East Columbus with their opportunities this evening. Fighting hard, nothing to hang their heads about, but again, it's the opportunity to shore up a few things. Could be in many ball games here as we get later in the season. East Columbus has Pender here next week. We will be here for that ball game before traveling to East Bladen on the 22nd. The following weekend, they have South Columbus here in a game I believe we will be covering. Then on the 8th of October, they travel to Whiteville, then to Heidi Trask, and they finish here against the West Columbus Vikings in what should be a fantastic ball game. When they leave here, let's see, West Bladen will travel home where they have 2 games at home. They'll face Havelock and Clinton. They actually started off with 3 of their first 4 on the road. So they have Havelock on the 22nd, Clinton on the 29th. Then they travel to Midway, home against St. Paul's on October 13th, home against Fairmont, and they finish the year on the 27th of October at Red Springs. Once again, another deep kick. Taking on about the 3. He'll travel up the right-hand side of the alignment. Crossover, hurdles a couple of defenders. Still going before being taken down to 25. And surprise, 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 we got more laundry on the field. Illegal block in the back, called against the Gators, and it'll push the ball deeper into Gator territory. Gator ball, 1st and 10 from their 10. Precious seconds tipping away, 3.5 to go here in the 4th. If you got any local scores, send them my way because I'd love to not only give you the credit for it, but I'd also love to get these scores out for all these community games going on. It's Columbus with the inside handoff. Continues to motor, picks up close to first down yardage, and surprise, we have more laundry on the field. This one looks to be possibly going against the Knights. Defensive holding against West Bladen. Gives them enough yardage for the first down. Gators will take over close to about the 30-yard line. First and 10, Gators ball on the 28. Inside handoff once again. Fumble. Ball looks to be recovered by the Knights, and we'll go 1st and 10 the other direction on the ball in the 32. While we have this change of possession, let's give a shout out to the officials. Boy, their arms must be tired throwing that many penalty flags tonight. Whoever's got the ice concession needs to ice down those arms. First and 10, Knights, ball on the 32, heading from right to left. Knights still passing the ball. They've not given up the ghost on their passing tonight. Catches it on the ground, unable to get back up, picks up about 2 or 3 yards. Unfortunately, in high school football, even if you're not touched, if you go to the ground, you can't get back up. 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Still questionable why they're passing the ball, but hey, if it's being successful for them, why not stay with the one that brought you here? High snap, corralled by Hester. That is how you teach it, folks. You separate the player from the ball, and unfortunately, sometimes you separate his head from his shoulders with a hit like that. And the player came in from behind, tried to get the ball, and I think he's a little dinged up. Hustle play by the kid, but unfortunately, he comes up a little gimpy at the end. Have a timeout call for injury at this point. 3rd and about 10 and a half for the Knights. And 2:42 to go here in the ball game. 41-14 our score. Back to action we come. 3rd and 11 for the Knights. Low snap, corralled by Hester. He'll take it around the right-hand side. Looks to be close to first down yards. Picks up the first down. Taken out of bounds by these Columbus defenders. Correction, as Hezekiah Adams actually in the ball game at quarterback for the Knights. 2.5 to go. West Bladen very content at this point to just take their time. No hurry. Pass to the outside, one of those hitch passes once again. Cuts it inside. Flag on the field once again, but he's taken down at about the 4. Holding against the Knights to call, and he'll take it back in 1st and goal becomes a 1st and goal and a whole lot more. I had to give a shout out to the concession stand tonight, doing a great job. A lot of great food. And really appreciate the administration from East Columbus taking care of our kids tonight for CCCA, making sure they get a meal between lunch at school and at the end of the evening. It's a long time these kids are out here in the afternoon after school doing a great job for us. So shout out to the administration and the concession stands of all of Columbus County Schools for taking care of our broadcast crew this evening. Naked bootleg by East West Bladen, taken down just short of the goal line. Once again, West Bladen still passing the ball, up by 27 with 1 minute 35 to go. Inside handoff, finally running the ball is West Bladen, in for the touchdown. 47-14 our score. 2-yard touchdown for the Knights. Once again, West Bladen back to kick the extra point. Late substitution for the Knights. Getting perilously close to a delay of game call. High snap, brought down, blocked. No good. Our score with 1:03 to go. West Bladen up 47-14 on the Gators. Again, tough night for the Gators of Columbus County, but again, correctable things. And as much as you want to win the ball game, East Columbus knows that they have the ability. They've shown the effort tonight to be competitive. They've just got to shore up some of these mental errors, and they're still in the ball game. East Columbus, with their opportunities this evening, has just got to, take care of the mental aspects of the game, and they can be competitive against most teams in the conference. West Bladen, conversely, has shown the ability to score very well on the pass offense, and they're looking at, they can play with anybody in the conference. They were competitive against West Columbus, had an unfortunate tough loss against South. Let me make sure of that. Actually, they beat South by 7, but they lost to East Bladen by a bunch, and West Columbus, was competitive. So, again, they can play with anybody, and they can play tough. Again, same thing for them. The mental aspect of the game, the unforced errors, otherwise, you're looking at a pretty decent team that would be tough to beat and a tough out for anybody in the conference. Taken. Unfortunately, the kick goes out of bounds, luckily for the Gators, and Gators ball with just under a minute to go. First and 10 for the Gators, ball on about the 10. Gators looking to close this one out. Beautiful night for football. Got to give a shout out to the East Columbus and the West Bladen cheerleaders doing a fantastic job tonight. Also, the band that I've heard out playing and doing a good job tonight. East Columbus pass inside and out. Splits the defender, still going, but unfortunately he's going backward at this point. And that should be either close to or, if not, the last play of the game. That looks to be probably a timeout called by East Columbus. Down by 33 with 25 seconds to go. Interesting call, but hey, learning opportunities for both teams at this point. So East Columbus is going to take that time out. Obviously, you can't take it home with you, so you might as well use it. Okay, East Columbus looks to take the last snap of the ball game. 25 seconds to go. Second and about 13. Unfortunately, completed pass, just unfortunately running the wrong direction. Low snap, inside handoff. Does look to be the last play of the game. And timeout called once again by East Columbus with 15 seconds to go. Interesting calls by the East Columbus coaching staff. So, I guess everybody wants to get their money's worth this evening. Let's give a shout out to the press box crew for doing such a great job tonight. Announcers and all the spotters, appreciate all their help this evening. Kelly Jones doing a great job helping us out and getting us all squared away with sound and video this evening, helping our young students set up, along with Connie Falk. So let's give a shout out to all the folks who work hard behind the scenes to make these broadcasts go and to make your Friday night enjoyment out here at all these local high school stadiums, a really fun experience. East Columbus back to pass once again. Passes it out of bounds. No grounding call. But 6 seconds to go, and it's fourth down. Seeing some really, we'll call it creative play calling this evening by both squads. Inside handoff once again. Just apparently 1 second came off the clock. Unfortunately, that means it'll be 1st and 10 for West Bladen, ball on about the 7. And they're going to go ahead and wind the clock down to 2. And they're going to call the ball game. Our final score, West Bladen, the Knights 47, East Columbus 14. Again, if we're looking at some key parts of this ball game, East Columbus first quarter driving the ball down the field, 1 or 2 penalties takes them into 2-stick territory. They turn the ball over, and we have a brand new ball game. East Columbus down 6 instead of up 6 at the start of the game. East Columbus had opportunities. They had the athletes. Unfortunately, mental mistakes and unforced errors have hurt them tonight, but they've shown the ability to stay in the ballgame when needed. Conversely, West Bladen has shown they can play with anybody in this conference, and if they can clean up their mental mistakes, they have opportunities to be competitive in every game they play. Good to see both teams shaking hands. Important thing, obviously right now, chippy ball game, especially toward the end. Sportsmanship being shown by both schools. Character education on the part of both programs, very important. Really strive to be good, representatives of their schools. So important thing is, not only compete hard, but to, shake them up and be, men about it at the end. Saw the game again 2 weeks ago in West Columbus. Both teams took a knee at center, midfield after the ball game, and had some fellowship together. It says a lot about both programs, and not a lot of craziness here. Both teams shaking up, showing a lot of respect for each other. You love to see that here in high school sports. Once again, next week we will be here for the East Columbus Pender game, and correctly, if I've heard, it's going to be a slobber knocker because both of those teams, there's no secret they want to do. They want to run the football. They're going to play hard-nosed defense, hard-nosed offense. And East Columbus has the ability to stay with that Pender team if they can clean up their mistakes. once again, we have good football coming up the next couple of weeks. We were taking our swing through the east end of the county at this time of year. Let me go ahead and pull up our schedule for you. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up our football schedule. Here we go. Next week will be East Columbus will be playing Pender. That'll be our ball game. The other two county schools, South Columbus will be at East Bladen. West Columbus will be at Trask. The 22nd will follow Pender over to South Columbus as the Pender Patriots play the South Columbus Stallions. East Columbus will be at West Bladen. West will be open on the 22nd. The 29th, we will have East Columbus and South Columbus here in the swamp, followed up on the 6th by South at West. And East Columbus will be at Whiteville, so fantastic ball games going on that evening. The 13th of October will be Trask at South Columbus. East Columbus will be open. West Columbus will be at East Bladen. The 20th, Pender at West Columbus. That'll be our ball game. South is open, and East Columbus will be away at Trask. We'll finish the season on the campus of South Columbus High School with the traditional border matchup of Whiteville, the Wolfpack, traveling to the Stallions. West Columbus will be at East Columbus that evening, and we'll try to get scores from both ball games and have a running tally on both ball games for you that night. So great, East Columbus looking to be on the way up, struggling, but growing under new head coach Trey Skipper, and a lot to look forward to if you're East Columbus. Young team this year, and feeling their way through and growing through these times, and they will be a force to come, if not this year, next year, year after here in Columbus County. Okay, this is Kevin Thomas signing off for Brett Burrows on Dad duty this evening. Rod Likens is going to try to stop in next week, my former broadcast partner. Matt Gore's helping us out a little bit this year. So, good stuff coming here. Also, don't forget, just a few months we'll have basketball action here on the Columbus County Sports Network. Those schools will look to be tip off here soon. We'll be getting their schedules here in the next month or so. So, good things coming. Look forward to seeing you next week on the Columbus County Game of the Week.